Don't want to see this
All
beautiful face,
right.
anyways.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Planet Xbox Podcast, episode 78. We're not going to hold you guys too long, but I do need you guys to hit that like button and hit that share button. And let's see everybody in the chat. Couple shout out to Alex PSX. He's always there early. I know a lot of people either playing games. I will hope you guys are playing games, but short staff tonight. I am the host of Best by Kid Smooth. Got Old Man Logan here. What's up?
Hey, yo! What's up, guys? Are we
And
doing intros or we just saying hellos?
no, I'll ask you what you're playing, but there ain't no real intros. But we
Oh,
got
okay.
we got the return. My brother from another mother, Sir Dre the Great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling tonight? How
Feeling
y'all feeling?
good. Feeling
Feeling
good.
good.
So, the usual stuff. Oh man, what are you playing, or what have you just completed?
Well, I haven't beat anything in the past week since the last time we talked because I had a wedding to go to this weekend. And I got a wedding to go to next weekend. But I've been playing the hell out of Deathloop, and I've been playing Fist. I don't know if too many people know about that game, but Fist. And it's like, I don't know, Forged in Shadow Torch. I don't know, it means something crazy. It's like a 2D Metrovania type game. I'm absolutely I've been digging into it and loving every second of playing it. So that's what I want to say I'm almost at the end of it, but that's what I've been playing. Those two.
Okay. And Sir Dre, what you? What are you playing?
So I just finished Kana. I keep calling it Kena, and that is the incorrect pronunciation.
How
Oh,
do you
it's
pronounce it?
Kana?
Kana.
I thought it was Kenna.
That's what I
Oh,
thought too. I thought it was Kena too,
shit. Okay.
but
Okay,
people
so
said
hold
I'm
on.
saying it wrong, and it's Kana. So yeah, I just beat Kana, but not too long ago. It's it's good, but it definitely has its issues that I think we're going to be talking about Kana here in a minute.
Yeah.
But it's good for a 20-man team and for this to be their first game, which I did not know that. Like I didn't know that this was literally their first game ever. So I
Yeah.
was like,
Ember
oh
Labs never heard
wow,
of him
yeah,
up until
me
last
yeah.
year.
But
Yeah, because I think they're just they're mostly like an animation studio and stuff like
yeah,
that.
and you can definitely tell that in the
Yep.
cutscenes. But but yeah, man, for this to be their first game, man, like it's impressive. It's not without its faults, but it's a good game. It's a
For
good
a
game.
first game, not
Yeah,
bad.
for the first game, it's a definitely a good game,
They get a little
no doubt.
pass.
Yeah, yeah.
Um. Yeah. So I've I'm trying to think of the last podcast. What was the last thing? Well, I've completed. This is gonna sound kind of pitiful, but I think in the last week, the last couple games I've completed were obviously the Artful Escape was the last game I did on Xbox, and then I did Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on PlayStation. Finally, Dre, I don't know if I told you I finally got through, or did we talk about that?
Yeah, we talked
All
about
right,
that.
so
Yeah,
then never mind. So that I did do a podcast. So Deathloop, I played that game, beat it, reviewed it. The review is up if you haven't checked it out. I thought it was pretty good. I thought they did a damn good job. This is probably the best game from Arcane that I've experienced. I typically don't go for Arcane games. I haven't beaten an Arcane game, and this is the first one. And I'm looking forward to playing it again on Game Pass next year.
nice, nice.
And
Double
I'm
dip.
currently playing Kana, as Sir Dre says it, because Kenna sounds better, but
Yeah, sounds
I
better
don't
to
know
me
how
too.
far I'm in it, but I've been kind of no lifing it today, and I had my likes about it, but shouts out to Ember. It's Ember Lab, right?
Right.
First game. Shout out to their congrats on their the meta scores. I know we got a lot of raving reviews. Um, but we're gonna talk about this, and we could talk about this because yes, I know the topics. You're looking at PlayStation, but both these games are coming to Xbox.
Is Kana really coming to Xbox?
I'll tell you this, Dre, and if I can find the tweet, last year when Kena was first shown off, I immediately found the dev group, right? And I tweeted them, was like, hey, so is this game coming to Xbox anytime soon? And doing my joke, and they was like, we can't we have no announcements on that at this time. So It was like that, and then they also confirmed like last year that it is a timed exclusive for PlayStation, but they have no further announcements after that. But they did confirm it's a timed exclusive. So if it's time, where else is it going to go?
What if they get acquired by PlayStation?
But then
before the timed exclusivity deal runs out,
PlayStation need to hurry up and acquire them now so they can like do that. Otherwise, Phil Spencer need to be somewhere in the trenches cooking up that Game Pass deal and make sure this shit's in there soon. Shit like and it's honestly, dude, this game is supposed to be only exclusive for 90 days. Meaning so it should
really?
be it could potentially come to Xbox like by the time the physical release is ready.
I haven't heard that one.
So like release physically on Xbox?
I don't know if it'll physically. I know it's getting a physical release on PlayStation in November.
Right.
But the thing is, sorry, so let's talk about Kana. Hold on, before we do that, shout out to saneu.com for $2. He says, dear Xbox people, play Gris and Sable on Game Pass. Sable comes out today at some point, if it's not out already. I played the demo. I kind of was indifferent about it, but maybe, I don't know. I just, it feels like it's such an abstract game from the demo that I feel like I would get like kind of bored and I end up dropping it. Gris, is that Gris that game, the mechs? And it was like a top down, like sort of, it was the point of view is top down. I think that's it. I think there was a demo for that as well. Both those demos came out, I think, shortly after E3. But shouts out to him for recognizing that. But let's talk about Kana. All right, people. I play Dre. You beat it, so you gonna have. I'm gonna get my gripes up. I'm not gonna say gripes, because I don't want people thinking I'm just talking just to shit on the game right now. But you beat the game, so you obviously got more valid things to say about it than I have. But I'll say this. For first time, first game from it's pretty good. You know what I mean? It is a pretty decent game. I don't think it does anything unique or original. The story's okay. One of my gripes I had about it more so was like the cutscenes and how they're not real time. You get that cut, and it's like a pre-recorded video, and it's like at like 24 frames.
Right.
Oh, that's not just a sidebar. That in Fist they have that too.
Yeah,
the game runs at 60 frames a second. So I'm like sitting there, I'm like, oh yeah, it's hella smooth, and then you do any type of cutscene, it's locked at 30, and it looks terrible.
Yeah, but they went for like the literal cinematic movie thing, so you're getting a 24 frame, like, and it's like a legit, like it's like you could tell it's completely different from the game. And the thing is like the game looks good enough for them to do it in real time. That's why it just threw me off. And the weird thing is, there are some cutscenes that are in real time. Right? You picked that up, Dre, right?
I did not.
It's all right. I won't say cutscenes, but there are moments in the game where the gameplay stops and there's this interaction, this unplayable interaction that takes place, but that's actually with the regular game graphics and everything. So it was just like, I ran into it because at first I was like, man, all the cutscenes is gonna be it's gonna be a cut the black screen, and then they're gonna play the video. Until that moment happened, I'm like, oh, okay, well they did it here. But for the bigger scenes, or for where they're really trying to get the story out the way, they use the cutscenes. And I think for like maybe the side, I don't know if it's considered side quest, but the mini quest dialogue they use in game. But majority, I would say 90% of the cutscenes are pre-recorded at 24 frames per second, and it's like it kind of breaks the immersion a little bit. The other thing is that now the biggest thing everyone said about this game every time they saw it was, oh, this game, the graphics, it looks like a Pixar anime, like, oh my God, it looks so good, and whatnot. Kenna looks good, right? It looks good, but it's the visuals, the comments on the visuals are extremely overrated. When you're playing the game, I don't know if it's like some form of dynamic resolution. I don't know if it's checkerboard rendering, but once you start getting the game in motion, the visual breaks. It's like a lot of noise, and it becomes like very pixelated. Like, I don't know if you picked up on that, and I was like, let me maybe go for like the resolution mode, but I don't want to risk the frame rate. But I would go, and I was like, maybe what, let me just cut it off. Maybe it's just a bug, right? And I'll go and I'll pan the camera around, and I'm running. I'm like in there, and you can see it. It's like when it's still, when everything is still, when you're not moving, looks fine. But when you're actually doing things, running in action, the image quality breaks up and is very, very visible. Pretty sure Digital Foundry and all those other people are gonna have a field day with the game in terms of pixel counting, because they should be able to easily count them at this point. But not to say that the game looks bad. The game is not bad. I like it. I'm enjoying the game. Like, I haven't really put it down. There's nothing stopping me from playing it, but it's just one of those things I wanted to point out, because one of the biggest things about this game that people were talking about was the visuals and Pixar, and they wanted to compare it. They're like, oh, they weren't even comparing it to Ratchet at one point. And I'm like, dude, it's not even close. It's not even close. Like, those, I guess maybe we got used to seeing what they were showing us was definitely high-end PC gameplay and cutscenes that are actually in the game. But like, because I had to remind myself, I'm playing on the PS5 version, so it's like, yo, so the game isn't like, it's not, I'm not gonna say by the time the year is over, Kenna won't be in my top 5 of best looking games of the year. It won't be. But otherwise, gameplay is okay, is basic, and surprisingly challenging, right? In some cases, like the game is which is weird. It's like, okay, the combat system is not all fleshed out, right? So you think as you progress and you're doing a combat, you think, okay, the combat's not too deep. How hard could the game possibly be? So I kept finding myself in situations where I'm like, yo, like the combat's not, I guess, not complex enough to do, like, to really comfortably go through these fights. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It's like, because now I feel like if I got my dodge, I got my block, I got my strong attack and my weak attack, you kind of at that point know how you should approach fights, because you can't really do much outside of that. But so some of the bosses there are crazy, but it does present. I'm not going to complain, because most part of the game's easy. The challenge, but however, those boss fights can't. I've like this dude, what's his name? The Wooden Knight clapped my cheeks. The freaking corrupted the corrupted damn, what's the first person you find, dude?
Was it Tor?
Tor, yeah, it's like the corrupted. I tweeted it, but I mean, I literally kept pressing pause, contemplating going to easy. Like, I've done that shit 3 times, and I'm like, yo, like, no, not the. I pressed start. I'm like, yo, should I? But I spent like a good maybe 50 minutes just fighting them, just dying them, to the point where I watched a Halo stream and just said, well, I don't need to hear what the game sound like. I'm gonna just sit there and fight until I can get this thing done. But yeah, he clapped my cheeks up. But no, overall, man, the game is decent. I don't think anything's wrong with the game, and you can't really critique it too much for the simple fact, knowing that, yo, this is the studio's first video game. It is good, because even for a veteran team, it would be a pretty good game. For the fact that this is their first game, I'm looking forward to it. And this is another game, hopefully I finish it on PlayStation, that when it comes to Xbox, put this on your watch list. If you do not have a PS5, and if you don't plan on getting a PS5, or if you don't got a PC that can run this, when this thing gets announced for Xbox, put this. If it's not on Game Pass, buy it. buy it.
Yes.
But you know, if it's on Game Pass, you got to download it, bro. There's no way you should find a rare achievement in that game when this game come to Xbox. But Dre, you can carry on. You can carry because I want to learn some new things.
Oh man, well shit. I mean, I pretty much echo most of what you said. So yeah, the game is definitely is a looker for what it is and for like how small the team is and what they was able to accomplish. It definitely is a looker. I didn't get the graphical breakup. Like I don't know. Maybe I was just on focus on something else, but I really didn't see too much of a pixelated.
Are you playing in
Or
performance mode or visual
yeah,
mode?
I'm playing in performance
All right.
mode. But so the draw distance is like the only thing that like looks a little fugly. Like if you look at trees and whatnot in the distance, you know that I get you with that, and because that does look a bit pixelated. But like what's in front of me, like I don't know. I didn't see the
I'm gonna try to
graphical breakup.
pull up some
Um,
gameplay.
but yeah, but so the game definitely looks beautiful. It ain't it's not Ratchet and Clank. I don't know who the hell was trying to compare the two with that, but yeah, it's not on that level, but it definitely looks great. And I agree with you with the cutscene. The cutscene breakup is annoying, but the cutscenes look great though.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sony, or if not Sony, but if Ember Labs, I don't know, if somebody came to Ember Labs and was like, hey, let's make this a movie. Let's make this an animated movie. I wouldn't be surprised because the cutscenes look that damn good. But I agree with you on the combat. And one thing that I think you feel that way is because the skill tree is bare bones.
Yeah, yeah.
Like there's barely anything to like level up to make you feel like, why are these enemies, why are these bosses so hard when I have so little, my skill tree expansion is bare bones, and it doesn't even feel like, the upgrades are doing anything really. So I definitely get you with that. Yeah, the I like the I don't want to say combat was a afterthought to them, but I don't think they really like thought it through, and like I just don't understand why the enemies are so tough. Like it doesn't make sense to me on why they made them like that with
Yeah.
you having such a lackluster of a skill tree. But
Hold on, I gotta address something. Hold your thought right quick. This
yeah,
dude said, "I'm playing on a trash TV, maybe." Mind you, I have an LG CX, right? I have
don't
this is my options: an LG CX or the very first HDMI 2.1 Aroas 4K
don't,
120 hertz monitor.
don't flex on them.
I mean, those are my options. So I mean, I mean, I'm just saying, like I'm not playing on like my other TVs or like my basic monitors. I'm playing on the stuff that I actually like. You know what? That I waited for the freaking UPS and FedEx trucks to come out, meet me at the door. But all right,
Don't hurt it too bad.
carry on, Dre. My bad.
Um, Another thing with the gameplay, especially in combat, is the parry system. It is it's damn near unplayable in terms of trying to parry. It like I don't know what is the disconnect. I don't know if it's the controller latency, like if it's too high. I don't know if it's the animation of the parry itself. I don't know, but the parry system in that game just is damn near non-existent. Like it's inconsistent. Like sometimes it'll work, but then majority of the time it won't work. So I'm just dodging. I'm running and dodging instead of trying to attack and parry, and that kind of sucks because it's like they want you to parry, but you can't parry. But um, that's just one of my gripes. But other than that, man, it's a cool game. Like I said, I beat it a couple hours ago. It's definitely a cool game. Definitely worth the $40. In my opinion. Um, yeah, like just yeah, overall, good job by Ember Labs. like I said, for this to be their first game ever, they did pretty good. The story is, you know what I mean? It's kind of non-existent, to be honest. I mean, it's there, but it's like, is it really? But it's a good game.
My bad.
At first, I said it was like creeping up as my game of the year, but that was early, when things were still fresh and whatnot. But
now you're like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
Wait, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, at this point, nah. But it's definitely a good game. Definitely worth the playthrough. I'm definitely going for the plat myself. So it's cool, man. It's good. It's good. And if I'm Sony, I will be, because you can see the potential in Ember Labs, in Kana, and like, if like Kana, it plays like a Sony game. You know what I mean? Like the climbing and the over the shoulder third person story action adventure game. It takes a lot from other games like Zelda and Horizon and the Dark Souls and whatnot. And but like this is like right up Sony's alley. So if I'm PlayStation, if I'm Sony, I'm looking to drop the bag, and they shouldn't cost that much. They shouldn't even cost 100 million. You know what I mean? So maybe price has gone up now since Kana has, reviews has gone up.
They've proven themselves a little bit.
Yeah, reviews are good.
Bought them before it came out.
Right. So, but if I'm PlayStation, I'm definitely looking to acquire Ember Labs, because you can see the potential. Mm-hmm. I think that's just the key word when it comes to Kana and Ember Labs. It's just potential. Like you can see it throughout the game. So it's dope. It's a good game though.
Yeah.
Pick it up if you can.
This motherfucker whipped my ass, dude. Yeah, he kept doing it too. That shit pissed me off. And also thing about this fight was because of, it wasn't just straight like you lose and it's straight to the point and fight him again. You have to do the scenario. I don't like boss fights like that where you have to do the scenario before it again, over and over.
You're gonna hate the ending. Yeah, you're gonna hate the ending.
But yeah, man, shout out to Merc305, Bless Red, I see you all there. What's going on? What's up,
fellas?
But yeah, man, because I missed what you guys were talking about because I got a call, but like I said, if this studio's up for sale, up for grabs, you know what I mean, I'd buy it. I'd buy it if I'm Sony, if I'm Xbox, especially if I'm Xbox, do something petty. Buy the shit before pull a ninja there and buy them before the shit even comes to the platform and shit like that. I would definitely do it. Sometimes I wonder when I think about this, right? Because right now there's a lot of debate and discussion going on. I'm seeing YouTubers do it. They say, who's had the better releases in 2021 so far, out of PlayStation and Xbox. And then I mean, and we could definitely discuss that. But what I want to talk about is the selection process of when it comes to selecting those premier AA or the premier indie game that's that you want. I feel like, I know Sony's been getting slack because they don't have a lot of them lately. Like Xbox has been going ham with the whole idea of Xbox, right? But PlayStation, I feel like they get these unique types, like Kenna, for example, right? If Kenna was the option, if I'm Xbox and I'm looking through some of these options, right? And Kenna was an option, I'm choosing that over 3 of the releases that Xbox has had from the indie side. Even though I liked a lot of the games that came out this year, but the thing is for example, I actually damn it, this is gonna be tough. Oh man, have you played Kenna? Have you played Kenna?
No, because I'm working through Fist and Deathloop before I
okay, all right.
boot up Kenna. So
all right,
I got it. I'm ready to play it. I'm excited to play it.
My thing is, all right, you're playing Fist, right? Would you have rather Fist or the Ascent for Xbox?
I honestly I don't know. I'd have to see where Fist kind of ends at before I judge it, because I've never really, like I was talking to Dre a little bit earlier. It's like I've never been a big fan of Metroidvania style games. So Fist is kind of like the first time I've really like tried that. So I'm kind of like opened myself up to a new I don't know, new genre, I would say.
Yeah.
So I'd have to wait till I beat Fist till I could, kind of come back and say, what I would say would be better. But I did like, I enjoyed the hell out of the Ascent. Like,
Yeah.
Other than the fact that like my achievements are glitched, and I still can't get some certain achievements that I should have the 1K in it, but I kind of gave up trying to get those. I haven't seen any updates. Maybe in like a year it'll get fixed. So I don't know. But like from the aspect of like what I've played so far from Fist, it's an enjoyable game.
I might say, depending on how, like, you gotta let me know if you think I like it, like if I would like a game like that.
It's not like there's a couple like tricky little boss sections and stuff, but I'm really liking the kind of world, because essentially it's this world built around like furry creatures, like there's like cats, rabbits, like you're literally playing as a rabbit with a big metal fist just beating the shit out of stuff. And so like I don't know, it's really cool and interesting kind of world. So like I'm liking it so far.
Did y'all?
I'll get back with you when I beat it, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
Did y'all play Death's Door?
I've played it and I've dropped it.
What?
No, and I didn't drop it purposely. What happened was, all right, this is what happened with Death's Door. Like I started the gameplay, and what the freak happened? What happened? I feel like, did I get a review code or something? I got something came up where
You got the review code for Ascent.
That's what happened. Okay.
Come on, how do I know
that's what happened. I got that right, because I was hyped that Death Door. I was like, okay, this is rocking, right? And then I got the review code for the Ascent, and I was working on that. Like I was literally no life in the Ascent, so I can have the review out, at a try to have a review out at a respectable time, and I end up liking the game, but and then after the Ascent. What was it? Ratchet and Clank came out, so I started that, and then I ended up putting down Ratchet, but I ended up playing something else because after Ratchet, I felt like I mowed down like through like a couple games, and I just never returned to Death's Door. So it's like I didn't even drop Death's Door because I thought it was bad or anything, because I was in the middle of like a decent run. Like I wasn't struggling with it. But I didn't get any achievements so far, which I was bad, because I felt like I fought like 3 or 4 bosses already.
Yeah, all the achievements are like specific things you gotta do in the game. Like they're not for beating certain boss X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
But there is an achievement. Like when I was playing, because I'm on the same boat. I haven't beat Death's Door either. Not that I didn't like it or enjoy it or anything. It's just a whole bunch of other stuff's come out. And I'm playing through I'm playing through Death's Door trying to get the achievement to beat the game using only the umbrella, so that's not fun. If you've tried that, it's not fun.
That's why I was asking, because you was going with
you see me in the menu looking through the difficulty. Is like, damn, should I change this shit?
You was like you would choose Kena over the indies from that Xbox game. I was like, I don't know, man. Death's Door is
not special. All of them. Like as I was saying, like I've like if I could what would I've done this for that? Would I like Death's Door? I know is gets a lot of obviously praise and for the right reasons and whatnot. So I'm not really mad at that. But Kenna is a good get. It's a great get. Like
it's like I said, it's a good game, man. It's a good game. It just came to me when you was just playing, getting your ass whooped and whatnot. But I don't understand why the bosses are so tough. I don't get it. Like this, I just can't correlate. This I don't know. I just can't understand why. Like it just doesn't manifest with me on why they are so tough for some reason.
Yeah, like, it's like because I'm like, yo, is this game targeting kids?
Exactly. Like that's exactly what I was just about to say. Like this game just doesn't look like it's meant to be tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
But yeah, no. So I'm hoping to finish it. Like I will go back to work tomorrow. I hope I finish it within the next 2 days. But based on where I told you where I was at before the podcast, how long you think I got?
Well, you said you just
Got to that
you
spot
just
where the
yeah, you just hit the first area, like the first main boss. So you got two more bosses to go. So
wait. So hold on. We say the first minute. So the first
so
half, the first quarter of whatever I did, like, cause what I did was I just got to I finally got the explosives, and I'm now
oh
I opened up to this area where everything's on fire.
okay, then you got one more boss to go. So after that, it's the last like little hub world
Okay,
area.
so I'm on. What is 3 hub worlds?
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
like
so
it's
I'm
yeah,
on this. All right,
it's
cool.
like
I
right.
figured.
It's
All right.
it's like three like main hub world areas. Well, four if you count the little village part,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Did you?
So you
Well, did you get all in your playthrough? Did you get all the little rots? The rots.
well, I'm going through my collectibles right now. What's his name? Power PYX or something like that, or Power S or
Oh,
something
power
like that.
plays. Yeah, yeah, those
So
trophy guides. Yeah, I know what you're talking
yeah.
about.
He has the collectibles guys up, so I'm going through that right now. Cause
Yeah,
I'm not doing that shit. I'm not exploring blindly to try to find this shit.
yeah, and
Nah.
that's what happened because I spent an hour looking for. Because in one area I got like no, actually I finally got it. I had to get it on a return, but I spent 1 hour because I had 6 out of 7 of them, and that shit was driving me nuts. I was like, yo, I'm not leaving here
Mhm.
until I get that final one. But I couldn't technically get it until I got. It was weird because I couldn't get it in that run. I had
Right.
to go do something completely else, unlock a whole nother area, and then come back and get it.
Yeah.
Because you had to do a boss fight at the end over there. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
one more thing. Sorry to cut you off. One
yep.
more thing that I don't like about it, the game, is that it doesn't have good haptic feedback. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
this
yeah.
game, this game is made for haptic feedback, and it barely has it. It was like, what the hell, man? Like it has the trigger,
Hmm.
for the bow and arrow, and that's cool. But I don't really care too much for the triggers. But it don't got the haptics, man. I'm just like, what are y'all doing? Like it's tailor made for that. But I guess, man, maybe they'll patch it in or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't like the whole the block parry scenario because the and I think you talked about this earlier. Like I literally
Hmm.
went into the boss fight, the corrupted Taro. Like literally, it was like, you know what? I'm gonna just try parrying everything he did. So I kept just trying to time the was it the L1 button?
That one. Yep.
Kept timing it, and I was like, all right. I was like, oh, so that's a parry, and this is. But I don't know. It doesn't feel fluid
Yeah.
enough
Yep.
to for me to rely on it, and that's
Hmm.
why I kept struggling. But the thing is, it's like, and then it's the same button, right?
Hmm.
No, to do the whole block, but you gotta hold it down. It's like a tap,
Right.
press, and but overall, I mean, like I said, I know I don't want people to think that I'm like damage controlling the game because, like I said, like when I like the game, I'm not playing anything else. There's nothing that's coming out immediately that's gonna stop me from playing this game. So I expect to have this game, done, and then whatever the next game I play is. I don't know what the next game I'm playing is right now because a lot of any of the extra games that I'm looking forward to, they're like kind of like later. You know what I mean? I'm not looking forward to Call
You,
of Duty. I'm not looking forward to
you're not picking up
Battlefield.
Far Cry?
Far Cry, I expect to be
Oh yeah, you
playing.
said get the
Yep.
code. Yeah.
You know, you
What
know,
about what about Guardians, man? Guardians is looking good,
yeah, but
dog.
that's a whole month. That's a whole month away.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I'm
I
yeah,
Yeah.
gotta.
I'm going to get it. Shout. I know this is going to sound cliche. Shout out to Game Pass, but I can buy Guardians of the Galaxy. With no hesitation. It looks
Mm,
interesting enough. I'll buy it. I mean, I haven't purchased. Thinking about my purchases, right, of video games. I bought Returnal, which I had to buy it for the simple fact because of the challenge.
right.
I would not have bought that game. I bought Ratchet and Clank. I bought Deathloop, but I got the the PlayStation Plus discount, which was like $53, and I bought Kenna, which is what a $40 game. Every other game that I played this year were games that Scarlet Nexus. I bought Scarlet Nexus, right? But every other game that came out this year, that I had mere interest in was in Game Pass, and I was able to play. Yeah. So now I do have, usually around this time of year, like before there was a Game Pass, right? This time of year, like I'm like, all right, I'm putting down like budgeting, like, okay, I spent this much. Like, this is usually my most expensive time of the year, and it's usually a $300-$400 period between October and the end of November for games. And it's not even going to be close for this time period, because it's like any game that, like, for example, Back 4 Blood, that would have been one of those purchases that you would do, like, all right, are you getting it? All right, if enough people are getting it, like of my friends, I'll get it. But I ain't gotta do that shit now.
Anybody can get it now.
Yeah, and then obviously, and then Halo, Forza, like Forza, I'm going to buy, but I'm not buying it now. I'm gonna buy it like when it goes on sale. Because I talk about Forza too. I want to own Forza, so
we gotta talk about Forza, because in the Twitter streets, man, they saying it got downgraded.
I don't trust that. I really don't trust that whole. There's never been a scenario where Forza has ever gotten downgraded.
Okay.
But reason why I'm not trusting that that screen, because I don't know where they pulled that from. Did they put it from the streams? Because every Forza stream has been 1080p and fuzzy. So I watch some things like on demand. And I've been watching the weekly streams, and I'm not seeing any signs of like a downgrade or it looking like worse. The thing is now my eyes are now becoming more adjusted to it, because I've seen it so many times. So I'm literally about to stop watching it, but I'm not buying into that whole downgrade mess with Forza Horizon. Playground has never disappointed on a visual front. They're pretty much consistent. They've said that this entire time, every time they've shown gameplay, it's been running on the Xbox Series X. So
we shall see.
Shout out to, I see Salty here. Jez Grimes, my Gears is here. I know he hit 1K. He had a show on Monday. I was on there celebrating his 1K subscribers. So that was a good achievement. We gotta get Dre there next. Though that's gonna happen fairly soon.
I ain't really been on my thing, man. I'm just waiting to move, really, which is happening here pretty soon. So.
Well, yeah. I forgot you had that going on. Yeah. Because the house is done, right?
Damn near. Yep. Damn near.
That's what's up. What is it? Oh yeah, this puzzle I got stuck on too, and I ended up figuring it out. Like, 'cause I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" I think I ended up quitting. That's why quitting out of here.
It was a couple puzzles where I was like, "What the hell am I supposed to do?" But yeah, some clever ones too. Some clever ones.
All right, so let's get back to like Deathloop. This is another game. This one is having success, obviously. Metascores. I mean, this game was the first game this year, I think, to receive a 10 from both GameSpot and IGN, which I still find questionable, but nonetheless, it was it's having raving success. It's also, I know people are showing the UK sales. I think it was like the number one on the charts there. So strange thing about this, obviously, it's a PS5 exclusive, and it's a game from Bethesda, Arcane Studios, and whatnot. So it's like, I guess the reaction to this is a bit confusing. You have people who want to hate the game, but they can't because it's a PS5 exclusive. And then you want people on the other side who want to hate the game, but they can't because it's a first party game from Xbox. So it's the weirdest scenario. So that's why you look at Metacritic, you see it get review bombed and then being reverse review. I'm like, what the heck? I was like, I don't know who to blame. Do we blame the Xbox or do we blame the Pegasus or the ponies? Who's responsible for that? It's like it's the weirdest scenario. But this was the thing is like I'll tell you exactly why I even bought Deathloop, because it was not on my radar. It just wasn't. I wasn't looking forward to it. You know, what got me is like when I start seeing those reviews, and I'm like, yo, maybe why? Like come on, it can't be that good, right? So I was like, you know what? Let me support Bethesda. You know, they are a first party studio. I do want, you know, I obviously like, you know, I'm going to support people. I don't want nobody keep, you know, making more lists of Bethesda games I didn't beat. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. And I tell you, when I bought it day one, first, you know, couple hours, it was looking real spooky. I'm like, this is about to be another Dishonored. I am not finishing this game. But you know what I mean? Stuck it through. And you know what happened? No, I did drop it. I was like, I played it for the first day. The second day I didn't play. Addict called me and he's like, yo, you playing Deathloop? I was like, I mean, I did, but you know, I'm not really feeling it too much. She's like, no, it's good. And he, at this point, he's been like no life in it and like, you know, kind of really learning the game. And he explained like some things to me and kind of actually helped me with it to get like a better understanding of what was going on and how to follow the loops. And once that happened, once it clicked, I was like, okay, we're game. And we also finessed the game too, because this game has a unique, you know, scenario where you could invade other people's games, right? Mm-hmm. But when you do that, the thing is the goal into doing that is to obviously, you know, raise, you know, Juliana up by, you know, killing whoever's playing and interrupting their playthrough and whatnot and getting like legendary items and stuff like that. Raise your stats that way, you know. Well, Addict has already been doing that. So we had there was a couple loops that he was actually able to help me with, right? Not the game isn't hard, by the way. The game isn't hard by any stretch of the matter. There's not no real boss fights or anything like that. But just pretty much because at the end of the day, when you're playing this game, you're doing the same thing. There's an unlimited amount until you beat the game of ways to kill bosses, right? Or to get through a loop. You could keep doing them because there's one I did 4 times just to max out the fucking an ability, because the guy, he keeps dropping it the same ability and you can max it out that way. So I literally didn't have to, but I did hit this dude's mission like 4 or 5 times so I can make sure I have that thing capped up. But during that run, during like the first couple times, Addict actually, he helped me by invading my game, because the thing is that when you're Juliana, the AI ain't gonna attack you unless you attack them. And then they're like, all right, traitor. And because if you're Juliana, you have access to, like, you know, manipulating the turrets, turn them off, and manipulating the cameras, turn them off, and stuff like that. So you could literally get through. If you have a friend to assist you with that, you can get through missions like a lot easier, especially if it's like heavy security and stuff like that. The only obviously though, if that person, the thing is, the Juliana only has like 1 life, where the Colt, he has multiple. He has multiple before he restarts the loop. He has like 2. But just to give anybody a heads up of if they're struggling and like if you have somebody else that's already beaten the game, you can technically turn it into a co-op experience. It's a jinked co-op experience, because it's not a full co-op experience, because you can't jump into someone's game in every case scenario. I don't think you can jump into any game during the morning, and I think it's the morning. I know the morning you can't jump into anybody's game, and then there's certain missions is completely locked. It's locked out. So, but for those who just want to get it through and try to make it a co-op experience, you can do that. But otherwise, I mean, the game is. I thought the game was pretty dope. The thing is, it's weird because it's a next gen only. It's a next gen game, right? It's not on PS4. it doesn't look like a next generation like game. Like there's nothing, going on visually. When I look at the AI, I got like a lot of We Happy Few vibes. Some people, compared it to BioShock, like, you know what I mean? It just, but the thing that makes this game good is like I felt like the gameplay and the gunplay was great, and the dialogue, the voice acting and the dialogue between Colt and Juliana literally carries like the story part of the game. It's good. It's really good. It just made things very interesting, and hopefully PlayStation didn't do no Final Fantasy and secure like a 2-year deal with this one, but hopefully we'll get this in Game Pass next September. But like I said, if you're on PlayStation, if you're on PC, I do recommend it. Go ahead and buy it. I mean, I'll be, I'm gonna play it again on the Xbox when it comes out. But to anybody, that's Xbox fan, you have any interest on Deathloop, yeah, it is a really good game. It's not no 10 out of 10. That was all cap. It's not a 10 out of 10, but it is a really good game.
So why are these sites giving it a 10 out of 10?
Bro, like I said, it's the weirdest scenario. Maybe
because you're not the only person who I've seen said that. Like,
what I think it is?
It's not 10 out of 10, right?
There's a lot of these roguelike games, right? And I think what it is, I think it's just because it's like it's opposite from Returnal. So all the people that struggled with Returnal, who didn't like Returnal, or who didn't appreciate Returnal's punishing, Deathloop is the most forgiving form of that, right? You know what I mean? It's the most, like, for example, you find a weapon in your playthrough, you got an opportunity to infuse it so you can keep it in the future. And you could do that. I mean, I got like I infused in my run. I had so many infused items. I had like a legit loadout. So, damn. Of course, like, oh my bad, dude. Give me 1 second, guys. My bad.
Like, damn, we in a show right now. All right, Dre, it's you and me.
Yeah, well, I didn't play Deathloop.
Damn, come on, man. Dude,
I don't plan on playing.
You don't plan on playing it?
Nah, I don't play.
Damn, all right.
Yeah, it just don't connect with me.
So I guess since we're on the topic of Deathloop, I mean, I played it a little bit. I'm enjoying it. Once I beat Fist, I'm gonna go back to it. The coolest aspect that I will say about Deathloop is I love the online aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like how people can invade your game, and how like it. Oh shit! Damn. All right.
No, I said sorry.
No. So just real quick, the one thing I like about Deathloop, which I posted some videos and made some comments on it and stuff, but I dig that online aspect of it. Like I dig the whole, going into someone's match as Juliana and just wrecking their whole entire level and just giving them a bad day. And then I also like the other aspect of it when you're playing as Colt and like somebody comes into your match as Juliana, because it just makes things, I don't know, pretty damn intense, I think. And so I thought, I mean, I like the game mode in Deathloop. I think it's great, but I was also like, dude, what if they took this game mode and IO Interactive took that game mode and implemented in something like Hitman? Like where you're playing as Agent 47, you're supposed to go, take out a target in a certain part, of a level, and then while you're, trying to find that target and take him out, like say like, the agency or a different agency or whatever has like a different, agent like Hitman that can, disguise themselves and do certain things, and like their goal is to take you out before you take out the target. You know what I mean? Like I think that'd be something pretty cool to see, but I really enjoyed that game mode. I think the online aspect of it's really fun. I know Smooth, I think I saw the one time he said I was on the last level and somebody just came in my game and just ruined everything. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it could be a problem because the thing is, once you get invaded, right, you have you have to find the there's this signal thing, because what happens, it closes your hideout. So usually when you do whatever you got to do in the mission, you can either you get killed out of the mission and start the loop over, or you can to bring your stuff with you, right? You go to your hideout to to exit, you do a proper exit. But once somebody invades your game, all those exits get cut off until you hack the signal to unlock them. So you can do that, but in the process, you got to make sure you kill Juliana in that process. So the thing is, it's like it is a good concept. Now, just to give you guys a heads up, this was not the first time it's been. Perfect Dark did this. I believe it was Perfect Dark. I don't know if it was Perfect Dark Zero that did this concept where you could interrupt somebody's campaign as a legit AI and pretty much grief them.
Damn. See, I never played that mode. I never really played Perfect Dark Zero at all to begin with, though.
Yeah. But Deathloop's and now no, you asked, that's what it was, Dre. You asked the question of like why because it's a disconnect between players and the media, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not sure, dude. Like I don't know if it's because it's that's a good question. I'm not sure. It's weird. Like I don't know, man. Like I don't know. What do you think? What's your conspiracy on it?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like I don't know. Maybe. Well, I'll put it like this. Ever since that dude came out and was like, you know, he's tired of PlayStation being so dominant, and he wants parity and with Xbox, like undeserving parity for some reason. You know what I mean? You know, ever since he dropped that little video, I don't know. Maybe that's just what they going for now. They about to start giving these Xbox games tens and whatnot. I don't know, man. I really couldn't tell you.
Yeah, man.
What was the two places that gave it a 10? I know IGN
GameSpot and IGN.
GameSpot, yeah.
So I mean, it's only two outlets that gave it a 10. I don't know. When I look at reviews, I just think it's just someone's opinion. It doesn't necessarily.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
No doubt. It's not going to be the masses' opinion. So that's why I don't understand why people. I mean, yeah, you might not think it's a 10, and there might be tons of other people that might not think it's a 10. But I mean, obviously somebody does. It could be a 10 to them just because it's not a 10 to you.
No, I'm sure. So but the thing is, the reason why I shot because they set these rules, right? And they're notorious for not really giving a whole lot of games 10. So when you give a game a 10, it's like, okay, all right, let's see what's going on. Like you know what I mean? Like, and when I played this game, I didn't get like, oh man, this is a masterpiece. Like, I'm not saying that it's bad. It's great. I recommend it. But I'm not like, I see why if God of War got a 10, I understand why. If Red Dead got a 10, I understand why. I don't understand why, Breath of the Wild got a 10, but whatever. But you know what I mean? There's this common occurrence like, okay, I get why this game got a 10. You know what I mean? Even if it's not a 10 for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can't I don't have like the stamina to play through a Red Dead Redemption game, right? But I understand why I got a 10. When I played through Deathloop, I loved it, but usually games I love are typically average to everyone else. So it was like, cause I know the flaws in this game. I know the flaws in this game. I know what it lacks. So the fact that it was like this was forgiven or not really, nobody docked any points for it. It's like, well, then I have to go back to the games where I thought were better. That people these same reviewers dock points off for like some of like the minute shit. So I don't know, it's confusing, but hey, I'm happy at the end of the day. Like as an Xbox fan, I mean, I know they got like studios that that make games that review highly, but it was fun to see the two sides really not know how to react to the game. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, because before the game release, it was a whole lot of skepticism and like, I think it's trash. I'm not feeling this. I'm a pass. But when the reviews came out, they didn't know whether to hype it or to like damage control it. It was like it was mass confusion. But PlayStation or Xbox, I recommend Deathloop. That's all I got to say about that.
Okay, no doubt.
So there was a Halo Infinite stream, and I think there was, I don't know how true this is, but I watched the stream, and there was another update regarding Halo Infinite of what will not be in the game day one. Now, I believe this has been corrected, but correct me if I'm wrong. A clip went out of them saying, leaderboards not being, there at launch, and people started to, run away with that. And I when I heard it, I was like, all right, that's stupid. Like, that's really stupid to not have something as basic as leaderboards. That shit. I don't even think that Xbox could have a default leaderboard for like in game. So it's weird. But so people were running around sharing a tweet and add it to a long list of things that are missing from Halo Infinite at launch. But Miles from Windows Central said no, it's for the weapon. It's the weapon drill leaderboards. And then I rewatched the video, and he did say, the leaderboards for weapon drills. If you guys want that, we'll try to work that in. But it won't be at launch. The leaderboards for weapon drill, and if that, I don't know what weapon drill is, so I don't care. But I'm thinking they're just standard multiplayer leaderboards. It was what I was like concerned about. So I think that has been nullified, but I'm not sure if it's widespread. The thing that is widespread is the fact that the game will not have leaderboards at launch. I think that tweet is widespread because people keep sharing it, but I don't think anybody is sharing the correction. So we'll see that. We'll see. Bless Fred. He also said the weapon drills won't have leaderboards. Leaderboards for some game modes. Just have instead of just having leaderboards for some games, just have your standard leaderboards. Wins, losses. Where do you rank? Where do you fall? Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, they need to Halo Infinite. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you guys. I'm no longer excited for Halo Infinite.
I mean,
and I'm not saying that it's just I don't know if it's because all the the bad press, and it's not even the bad press. It's just so much of the stuff that's whether stuff missing from the game, or just I'm just very feeling really jaded by the whole battle pass system, because bro, every game that I used to play multiplayer wise, once they moved to the battle pass system, I never bought into them, and I feel like I don't have the incentive or the self motivation to do battle passes. It's just not a part. I don't play the game I don't. There's not a single game right now I play that promotes battle passes. And I don't. Maybe Gears got an update where it's ranking the battle pass, but I just nope, because when I play Gears, I would rank up. I would then what you call it when you max out and you restart.
Prestige.
Thank you. Prestige, and all over again. I know they have their different operations and stuff like that, but I'm still able to rank up by just playing, and whatever I get from those operations, it is what it is. I don't pay attention to Gears operations outside of character skins that you can get. Any other things associated with their operations, I really don't pay attention to. It just get lost in the mud. So I just don't like the direction. The thing is, I would be excited for Halo Infinite if I had any idea on the fucking campaign. But yeah, I don't have that to hold on to, because I was like, well, that's unknown, and the biggest unknown for the last year. And everything I know about multiplayer, I know the multiplayer, just bare bones as a shooting game, is going to be good. But is it going to be good enough for me to stick with it throughout the entire time, right? There's a lot of good multiplayer games gameplay wise, but there's different things that keep me playing. Things that kept me playing Gears and Halo in the past was ranking up, unlocking different things, and just get wins and losses, KD and KDs. If that's less of a factor in my progression in the game, and I have to go based off these goals that you guys set out for these battle passes, that's not going to drive. Then I have to relearn how I want to enjoy it. I naturally don't enjoy games like that. I don't want to have to adjust and like, oh, let me learn to adopt this mode. I don't want that. So I know Halo's still going to be great, but the thing is, they're telling me all this stuff about multiplayer. All these updates we get is about multiplayer. I know the multiplayer as a core multiplayer game is going to be good, but I don't really want to hear about that. So I'm no longer excited. We're gonna play the flight. I'm gonna play the flight. I'm gonna enjoy it. But the thing is that with all this bad news regarding multiplayer, I don't have campaign to fall back on, and it's gonna be a big surprise when it comes. So it's just like at this point, the game to me is null and void. And now, not saying that when it comes out it's gonna be trash. If it comes out and it's hot and it's a big surprise, you're gonna hear from me. I'm going to be excited about it. But as far as the lead up, I'm not excited, and I don't think Halo, Bungie 343, I don't think Microsoft, Xbox as a publisher, I don't think they're doing their job either to promote the game or to sell the game or to build hype behind it. I don't like the Twitter hype. I don't like the this, like, we're gonna rely on tweets and YouTube stream Halo accounts. I don't think that's not mass marketing. That is not mass marketing. And when you keep forgetting it's Halo. I expect to see a Halo trailer in a movie theater. Like, yeah. That's happened before.
Let me ask you something, Smooth. Let me ask you something. To all y'all, to everybody. What do you think is going on at 343? Like, me and Logan was talking before the show, and I was bringing it up to him, like, do you think is their confidence, like, is their confidence shot? Like, it's like, do they have stuff to show, but they just don't want to show it because they know in their minds it's like, this ain't it. We know it ain't it, and if we show this, they gonna know it ain't it either. So that's gonna put our fans even more, down in the dumps or whatnot. Do you think like they're just overwhelmed with Halo? And like I've told you before, I just think they need to move on. Like I think they need to, because to me it's like, I'm not a big Halo fan, but I see what people say about 343's Halos, and it just seems like they're just overwhelmed, and they just need to, like, Halo was too big of a first I guess project.
See,
for
but
them.
The thing is, they've been on it for so long now.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
yo,
go ahead. Yeah,
it's just weird. I'm sorry. If you still going, Drake, go ahead.
Yo, what's up, fellas? I just wanted to say what's up. I'm sorry I was late.
You good?
What up, Nick?
Under the circumstances, So go ahead, man. It's an interesting topic,
Yeah, basically, I just want to get y'all, like, what do y'all think is the issue? Like, what's going on, man? What is going on at 343?
Well, to be honest, I don't know exactly what's going on. To me, for me looking at it, it's almost like this is like 343. They're acting like this is like 343's like first time ever making Halo.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it doesn't feel like we have a studio here that knows what the hell they're doing with this franchise. And it's just weird because, and it's weird to say that because they've put out the 2 past previous Halos. It's like, you've done things in previous Halos that are not going to be in this game. So how is like simple stuff not being implemented? Like, when you guys first, like, how co-op campaigns, and I say this today, like, co-op campaign is a staple in Halo. To launch Halo without co-op campaign, I think it's just a slap in the face. Like, it just is. And they've done co-op campaigns before. I know, yes, this is an open world style game, but I've played tons of open world games that have co-op in them. Like, how can they not figure out how to implement co-op when they've done it before? And nobody was asking them to make, if they're saying, well, it's because we, made an open world game and, the scope became bigger and stuff like that. And that's on you guys.
Right.
Like, you guys are the developers. You're the ones writing the code, writing the stories, making the characters. Like, if you guys are biting off more than you can chew, that's on you guys.
Right.
Like, you need to stick to your limits. Like, when I look at, I know Ken is a small studio and is probably not as complicated as Halo. But like that game looks fucking phenomenal. That game looks like something I'm really interested in playing. So you're telling me a studio of 20 people could pump that game out as their first title, but 343 can't get a handle of Halo in what they announced in 2018, and it was probably in a little they probably had ideas and stuff being thrown around before 2018. So it's like they can't get their heads around what the hell they're doing with this game.
Yeah, that's in 2018.
I gotta.
What were they doing between after Halo 5 Guardians?
Yeah, and to be honest, I didn't like Halo 5 Guardians. I thought Halo 5 Guardians was not my favorite. It was definitely not my favorite campaign. But I was on the.
Of course.
I'm on the part that I liked. I did like Halo 4. Like I did enjoy Halo 4.
Yeah, like, 4 was good.
I love Halo 5 multiplayer. That's why I guess I get shocked every time there's like a letdown on Infinite's multiplayer, because like Halo 5 had the best. It was my best multiplayer experience in Halo like since Halo 3, and it's like I just that's why I was like I don't care to see Halo Infinite's multiplayer like back before they started revealing it. I was like, because I already know it's going to be lit. But
see, then I'm on the opposite. Like I did not like. I mean, I didn't really like pretty much anything from Halo 5. I didn't like the multiplayer, the campaign, nothing. Like I thought it was very lackluster. So I'm on the side of like I loved Halo 4's multiplayer. I loved Halo 4's campaign. The Spartan Ops was super fun to play. Like I actually enjoyed playing those like online. And that's what I'm saying. They had all this. I felt like Halo 4 to me was like one of their better complete packages, and they have all this stuff that is just missing in Halo Infinite.
Is the pressure getting to 343?
Yeah.
Well, I would say like. Yeah, I would say that so. Because
I think that's what it was.
One, to be honest, when you look at when Halo Infinite did its big showcase last July, they put out 8 minutes of straight gameplay. And then, so they were confident with what they had at that point. They said, hey, here's Halo Infinite. Here's 8 minutes of the campaign gameplay. We're going to, it's coming out this, fall with the Series X launch. And then everybody tore that trailer apart. Mm-hmm. And so you got to think, when they have all these voices, sitting there and saying, your work sucks. This looks terrible. The Craig meme came out of it. Just nothing but nonstop bashing. I'm pretty sure, that's going to kill that studio's confidence. They're going to be more skeptical and less sharing of things. And then, so them doing that then instills, in us here as the consumers and the fans and stuff, we're sitting there looking like, why are you guys not showing us anything? We want to see campaign footage. We want to see this. And they're just sitting there like, nope, not going through that again. Like they don't want to go through that torment that they went through, and they don't want to be, embarrassed with, if they put out another 10-minute footage of gameplay and everybody drills it and says it looks like terrible, then they're going to have to push it back again. And so it's just, that I believe wholeheartedly that studio does not have confidence.
Let me add something more into that, like, because you said something that like I was thinking way before all this happened. And well, first I want to say you like compared it like to a smaller studio like Kenna, and you was like, it looks so good, and why can't they make? Here's the thing, right? The real question is it easier to create a new IP, something of that studio's passion, or coming behind Bungie, which created a great game? It's their game. Remember that. This is not Microsoft. But hold on, I'm not finished. Let me finish. Right?
After you done,
I got you. But I don't think it's that easy as people think it is. Now, I don't like I'm with you. Like 4 was good, right? And of course, 4. I think 3 was the last one. Yeah, so 4 was good, right? But they still was running off the Bungie fumes. Let's just it was still people there that was just trembling off. They probably still had scripts and all that, different assets and things or whatever, knowledge, whatever you say. But here's the difference between certain studios like Obsidian, Naughty Dog, they do other projects within that. 343 is locked behind, like they can't work on nothing but Halo. So I don't know. I'm not saying that I know how the creative part of development works, but I'm looking at other studios that's that's known for making different games and bangers like that. Like that Halo isn't their game. Like we don't even know. Like of course, like I don't trust 343 at this point because they're being forced. Like I ain't saying they're being forced to only work on Halo, but they need to start working on other things, man, to stretch that creativity. I mean, that's just all I'm seeing. I'm just observing. You know what I mean?
One,
So
I don't really agree with what you said because when you threw Naughty
it's
Dog
cool.
out there, what has Naughty
Why I
Dog's
didn't only
done?
throw Naughty Dog out there. I didn't. That's not
Well,
the only study.
I know, but
I
I was
put
just
Obsidian first. So
yeah.
my point was
But
that all these great developers, they have experience with working with more than one game, one genre. Like, come on, like you. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there.
I mean,
Like,
I'll give you that there, but
hmm
I mean, I feel like 343 was a studio made to make Halo. I mean, if you look
nah,
at a lot of
nobody.
It was from
the people when Bungie left, a lot of the people left Bungie to start 343. That's why
Okay,
Halo 4 was so closely tied to, the atmosphere of Halo 3. Then you got all these people that
okay. Well,
ended
let's
up
look at
jumping off of
Respawn. Hold on. You said
so
that, but look at Respawn. Respawn came from the guys from Infinity Ward.
yeah.
But when they start working on different, that's my point. Like they ain't doing anything but Halo. Like, come on, bro. Like,
So was this the wrong project to give 343? Is that
I,
what you're
Well,
saying?
no,
nah, I wouldn't say that. I
you
just
gotta.
think they need to just,
All right, the thing is,
yeah.
the thing is, 343 weren't a bunch of new people saying, "Here, take Halo."
yeah.
These guys
That's
literally
what we're
helped
trying to say.
Bungie. Were literally working with Reach. So that's why, like, people think Halo. Because remember, 343 was like announced in like 2000, like 10, 11, and then they had Halo. They launched Halo 4 like a year later. They didn't take a year to make that game. They actually worked on Halo Reach with Bungie. They worked
Okay.
on Halo
So,
Reach with Bungie. They
and
shipped.
then people start dropping off. That's what all I'm saying
But the
is,
thing is, a lot of the people. The thing is the people when Bungie split, right? There was a team. There was Bungie, a part of Bungie, who went and went independent, and then the remainder, the ones who wanted to stay with Xbox, they stayed and formed 343. So,
yeah.
like,
And
it's not like brand new people. And the thing is, it's like, yeah, this Halo's not the wrong project. It's just that I don't know what's really going on in terms of, but it's not that I don't think I don't want any other studio making Halo. You know what I mean? They got it. They got it. But I think what's going on now is that there's a strong disconnect from fans, players, and then the team that making it. They're looking at it as it like, all right, we're turning Halo into a platform, a live service game. We're gonna have all this, Halo stuff all in one thing, and that always updating Halo experience. So they're looking at it going from a blank slate. How we see it is like, yo, you guys giving us a half-baked game. Every Halo
right.
before this, we had, single player, multiplayer, co-op. We had leaderboards. We had this. We had executions, all in one package. Now they're going to eventually get there, right? But they think it's okay because they're doing it we're going to piecemeal everything because it's a service and it's going to be a part of like this 10-year content plan. Sure, they'll get there. But I'm not on that as a fan. I'm not on this whole no, I don't agree with the way you're trying to get there. I want my traditional Halo. And if I got to pay $60, $70 to get a traditional Halo, I will do that. But if this is the cost for you guys going free to play, kiss that shit goodnight.
And the other thing that I brought up is while all this is happening with Infinite, like they're still pumping out updates and stuff for Master Chief Collection. And I'm just still puzzled. It's like, why are you not taking? Who knows? It might be like a small little section of people that are working on the Master Chief Collection with the new season update stuff. But I feel those people would be better off helping with getting Infinite out in a good state. I'm sorry. Anybody out there that is sitting there and saying that the way that Halo is going to launch in December is completely fine, you are absurd. Like, it's not okay. That's absolutely absurd, and that's why there's a lot of complaints and stuff with this series. Is this is a studio that has done these things. They have had these, execution animations, XP ranking. They have had all these things in their other previous games, and now with Infinite, which they delayed a year, actually a little over a year, they delayed it.
Mm-hmm.
Still not having all these features. It's more like, what does this game have?
Yeah, Halo had
instead of asking what this game doesn't have in it, it's like, what does it have? You're gonna have who knows what the campaign's gonna be like?
I think I just read it. My fault. I think I just read it said no leaderboards is going to be at launch.
Yeah,
like
we talked about that, but I think that's for
going on this game.
That's for the. I think that's for the weapon. What the hell is it? The weapon drill leaderboard.
Oh, okay, my fault.
But it's just crazy to see this studio just so disfigured and not knowing what the hell they're doing. Like, I don't know. To me, everything that I see from them when they come out, it's just as like they don't know what they're doing.
Yo, they had two different leaderships, 3 different leaderships since the.
But
3.
that's just, I mean, that is an alarming thing when you got leadership
Right.
moving over and over and over. That just makes things more complicated because you got one guy with one vision, so everybody's developing the game for that vision. Especially when you got directors and stuff. Then if that guy's like, all right, peace, I'm out of here. Then this other dude comes in and says, hey, I don't like any of this that this dude did before me, so we're gonna change it. Then they gotta go, oh, great. So they change all that stuff, and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna peace out of here too. And then you got another guy come in, and it's just a rinse and repeat cycle until you're just absolutely in development hell. It's just the best example that I could say, if we want to talk about, leadership, is when Justice League came out. It was like you had Zack Snyder, and then you had Joss Whedon, and then we got the original Justice League movie, which was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how much of an impact that this is happening. So I just, and I want, I'll say this to this day, I 100% say they should, if the multiplayer is ready, launch the multiplayer. If the campaign and the co-op and all that stuff is not ready by December, it should just be pushed back. It should be pushed back till all those features are in it, and that's it. Like, if they give us the multiplayer this holiday season, I mean, mind you, this isn't going to happen. We're less than 2 months to go, so none of this is going to happen. But that's what I believe.
I still would say this though. I still say this, that the new head of 343 is actually I think he used to write all the novels and everything.
He's like an actual OG veteran, but he left and then came back. But he only came back in the last year, I think, for the delay.
After the delay. Once he got delayed, he came on board. Yeah.
So this man, they sent this man to sit here and fucking make him fix this whole entire game in a year.
The campaign. That's what I was going to say. I think
he's overseeing the campaign because I think the multiplayer.
Yeah.
Remember, they also bought him into to Sumo Digital so he can ship Crackdown 3.
Mm-hmm.
They had to after it got its final delay, he came on board.
But Smooth, that's not helping anything though.
I know. I'm just saying. I mean, no. There was actually nothing wrong with Crackdown 3. Like a lot of people didn't play the game.
I gave Crackdown like a solid, I would say a 7. It wasn't anything by far amazing, but if it was just
dated,
something that you wanted to fuck around
with,
good. Play through.
Yeah, it was a decent game. I enjoyed playing the game.
It was a fun game.
I really don't.
Is it a Game of the Year winner?
No, absolutely. I don't understand this.
It was fun.
I don't understand its review scores, and I don't understand it being a budding joke. It wasn't a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. Its multiplayer was a joke because.
My god, that multiplayer was just terrible.
I thought it was fun, but I just couldn't. Obviously, we didn't have a lot of.
But it didn't live up to the hype.
Yeah, it did. It did. But as far as if you played the game, like the single player experience, whatever, or co-op, whatever,
yeah,
it was
Dude,
I had more fun in that game than I did in Crackdown 1 and Crackdown 2. So
I remember seeing the original videos when they were trying to promote that stuff, and they're like, with all of our computer processing power, you can see all these buildings just blow up and stuff.
Yeah, it looked completely different.
Came, and they were supposed to be like full of stuff, and then that multiplayer we got, it's like you shot like a building
was
and
garbage,
like half the wall just fell off. And I was like, yo, what?
I mean, it was fun, but it wasn't what they hyped it up to be. They kind of like snake oiled you right there on that one. Whatever.
So let me ask y'all: would y'all rather them, just ship the game out? It is what it is. However the game is, ship it out now, or get or another delay. Which one would y'all rather have?
I already said a delay. Like I said, delay the campaign. If the multiplayer, which I don't even think the multiplayer is ready, but if they're going to treat it as a live service, I mean that's just what they're going to do anyways.
Yeah.
So the multiplayer is complete. I think if it's in a playable state, whatever, they're gonna do whatever the hell they want. Launch that, delay the campaign to all those campaign features that have been in any other traditional Halo is ready, and then put it out. I feel like that would be more favorable. That's me.
Once I learned that the release date was December, I was like, well, you might just delay it to February because December at that point it's like at that point it's like why bother? But yeah, I mean at the end of the day, it just needs to hurry up and come out. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even though I don't want a Halo delay, but I think it's a culmination of quite a few things, right? That's driving me nuts about Halo. I think I would be less bothered, right, by a Halo releasing in December if the Gunk, Scorn, Crossfire X all had a legit freaking release date.
Right.
I don't know when any of those games are coming out. So it's like, yo, like, are you guys, they keep still advertising these games as of this year, and it's like, that's clearly not true. I don't understand how Todd Howard knows his game is coming out November 11th of next year. Y'all niggas don't know if y'all game is coming out in the next 2 to 3 months. That's crazy.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Point. Like, we haven't seen shit on those games. And they're like, and I know everybody keeps on saying, well, the Gunk's coming out in December. It's like, when in December?
Yeah.
We're almost in October.
Yeah.
Like they gotta do
isn't
all
today
the
the first day of fall or tomorrow?
Yep. No, today.
Today. So it's like these people.
Actually, yeah.
That's why I 100% like don't believe that those 3 titles, which I'm excited for. I'm excited for the Gunk. I'm excited for Crossfire X, and I'm excited for Scorn. I know. Like Scorn are like, oh, it's gonna be a October title. It's gonna be released around Halloween because it's like a horror game. It's like 9 days away till it's October. Whoa, they're just gonna stealth launch it? It's gonna be like, here's Scorn, by the way. Like this game that we've only seen 14 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah, that game's gonna be
a year ago.
Garbage.
That game's dark. It has just been in the
game's
dark.
Been in development since 2014. It was kickstarted twice. I think it's gonna be garbage. It looks boring. It looks dull. It makes me want to throw up every time I see it.
Yeah, well, I've only seen they've only had that 1 minute or 14 minutes of footage, and like I'm excited for that game. So, but like people are like saying, oh, it's gonna be a Halloween release. It's like that's in a month. So what's going on? And then Crossfire X, I don't think that's coming out.
Yeah, Crossfire X, like I don't trust Remedy. I don't. Trust
I don't care if they say it's still gonna come out 2021.
Remedy knows you don't. Remedy know they got to bring out a good campaign, so that's why they ain't even going to announce a fucking release.
Which is fine with me. Like I'm fine if a game gets delayed. Like that doesn't upset. What I don't like is when they sit there and they mask. They're like, oh, it's still coming out in 21. It's still coming out in 2021, and then they're like, oh, well, joke's on us and you because you believed us. It's gonna come out next year sometime.
Shadow Warrior 3, yeah.
Be like honest about it. It's fine but people sitting there, you got all this Xbox advertising, you got all this marketing, all this advertising from Xbox that's literally saying 2021 is the date, and you're going to get these 3 games guaranteed. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, that's not what's going to happen.
What you think about that, Smooth? Xbox don't seem to know how to land dope deals.
Who said that?
No, seriously, how you?
No, I feel like Xbox
The geeky nerd said that.
No, I think all right. So don't because I think Xbox has some good partnerships, especially
Like
on the
what?
indie side. Like I thought the Ascent was a great get. I thought the Artful Escape was a great get. I thought the Gunk is going to be a great get. Death Door, of course. You know what I mean? I would trade one of them for Kenna. One of them, not all of them. I would trade one of them for Kenna. I think, but and then you got to think about what they got now. They got Stalker
It's just
too.
that.
They got what else that they got that's rolling with them this time around. What I feel like there's something big slipping off the tip of my tongue.
Well, this is the thing though. That like Death Door, all these games, like they ain't get enough. Like they ain't get a push. Like I thought. Like a lot of games that be releasing.
Yeah.
Like your Kennas or whatever. Like you see
yeah.
a lot more people.
But the thing is like, all right, so
Shit, Kenna didn't get a good.
yeah, Kenna didn't get like Kenna's been really word of mouth and sharing. Like I think PlayStation fans and gamers do a great job of hyping exclusives.
Overhyping shit.
Even if it's like, for example, Kenna's probably not going to be the do major like commercially. It wasn't like, for example, obviously Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, and all that shit. They get proper advertising, so you don't got to worry about that. But games like Kenna, that's not going to get the advertising. That's the internet knows about Kenna, YouTube, all that stuff. Xbox got to do a better job with those smaller games. Even though we don't expect the marketing from them, we got to get that push, that big push, like put it in your face, boom, 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 every time we see it. But we can't even get TV marketing for fucking Halo. So
that's a fact. That's crazy.
Well, Halo dropped in December though. So.
Yeah, but hey, there's been times when Halo would come out and I will see TV commercials 3 months in advance. So
yeah, dude,
that's true.
Halo 5 marketing was everywhere.
And then it failed. It was a big fail too.
Oh yeah,
the marketing.
It was still all over the place. Whether it be a fail or not, it was over. It was all over.
That's true. Fair enough.
No, it was false ass marketing, but it was marketing regardless.
No, but my thing is, like, the marketing was totally different than.
I don't care about
that. Was like,
at least they was trying to sell me a game. They tried to sell it to me.
They tried to, okay.
And I bought it.
I bought it. God damn it! I bought that game. Oh, dude.
Fair enough.
All right, I hated it.
What we got next? What else are we missing? Anything else happen? Those are really the things.
But I haven't really seen anything else.
I know tomorrow Best Buy is supposed to be having.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Store. So
they're supposed to. Yes.
First time
finally getting these.
Yep,
they're gonna get like one. Dude, there's gonna be like 30 people out there.
It's gonna be crazy.
More. It's gonna be one.
See if I can get me a digital PS5, man.
Man.
Yeah, didn't really too much happen.
No, it's been a slow leak. The only thing I can say is everybody's saying that there was going to be all these
thank you.
This week, man.
Oh, where was that coming from? Like I keep seeing people talk about
Insiders. I ain't listening to no more acquisition rumors again, bro. Because the one thing I learned about Xbox and these acquisitions, every one of their acquisitions has been a surprise to me.
Right.
All the rumors, like Bethesda was a complete shock. Nope, a complete shock. Woke up like, oh, this happened. Like Ninja Theory was a shock to me. Playground wasn't a shock. I just didn't know when it was gonna happen. Obsidian and Exile, all those were shocks. Them opening up, hiring Daryl Gallagher, like I didn't know what was going on. And it turned out him being a new studio, and I was excited about that because I know he worked on my favorite Tomb Raider franchises. So,
yeah, that was a good. That I agree with you on that one.
Everything,
especially the Ninja Theory. Ninja Theory was left field.
Yeah,
that was
that shit was crazy.
Actually, since like the game before they got acquired was Hellblade, which
was a time exclusive for the PS4,
which was a time exclusive for PlayStation.
And they also
it was time. Yeah.
So I can't be listening to these acquisition rumors, bro. Dudes had me in my feelings. Because the thing is, I didn't buy into it, but I started to as we got closer to Monday. Dude's got me like all in my feelings. I just want people to. The thing is, here's the thing is, right? Hold on, I'm gonna say this after I take a mean bite of this chicken sandwich. Hold on.
Is that what you ordered?
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
I'm sick and tired of these quote unquote insiders with these pump fakes. Like they'll tweet something, right, or say something like, oh, like we offer this, and they just leave you speculating, asking questions, and forcing you to put two and two together and all this stuff like that. It's annoying. If you really going to leak something, leak it. Stop being afraid. Like, this is why I can't be an insider. Because if I have some information, matter of fact, when I had the PS4 Pro information, I couldn't share. I just said, here, this is what's going to happen on this date. This is what the PS4 Pro is going to have. Boom, 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 boom. Leaked the whole entire shit. Didn't care. Because I'm like, what's the point? It's like, what is the point? It's like, if it's real, and what's the point? It's like, at the end of the day, you're excited enough, you're confident enough to like hint. No, if you're gonna leak something, leak it. You know what I mean? This is why I don't have insiders or anything like that, or people won't talk to me, because somebody talk to me, I'm snitching. I won't reveal that who said it to me, but I'll tell you exactly what's going on and when it's gonna happen. And if I'm that confident that's gonna happen, I'm gonna tell you.
You're gonna snitch on them dudes from DC, but you ain't gonna tell on nobody from Harlem, huh?
I think somebody said Xbox was buying Take-Two. I was like, come on.
I would say that would be pretty fucking funny, since the CEO of Take-Two said that, he talked all that shit about Game Pass, and Xbox would be like, you know what, fuck you, we own you now. You want to talk shit about Game Pass, you're gonna live on it, boy.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna buy another publisher though. I don't know why people was running with that. Like, I'm like,
they will. I believe they will.
Nah.
Yeah, I believe because like the Warner Brothers stuff is a little sketchy right now, since they're trying to figure out where the hell that stuff's all going, anyways.
Mm-hmm. If it's gonna happen, then is it gonna happen within the next 5 years?
Yeah.
No, let's say 2. Let's say 2 years.
Yes. You got to
think about it. Make a bet?
I'm not going to make a bet, but
I think within 2 years, yes.
You got to think for Xbox to do what they want to do, right, and be serious about it, they can't do it from the ground up. They literally have to buy out publishers and keep them status quo for the simple fact that they can self-run. They just guaranteeing content. They can't sit there and be like, oh, we're gonna build 50 new studios. You know how long that shit's gonna take?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
They have to go the route that they're going. They have to do it through
publishers though.
They need content for Game Pass.
Like publishers, they are
because publishers hold on. Because publishers, you gotta think about it, right? How much game you gotta be able to if everything's gonna be through Game Pass and the subscription, you have to have content like every quarter. They can't afford. Now, I'm not gonna say they can't afford, but they don't want to keep paying third-party publishers for games, because eventually it's gonna get more expensive once their partners learn how much subscribers they got, how much they're getting paid. They're like, all right, the revenue share should be this, that, and the third. They have to buy them out. They need to get enough studios to the point. You know how right now all the movies that go to Netflix is now like kind of old shit. Mm-hmm. Netflix has enough Netflix originals to carry them. Xbox has to get to that point. They don't have enough Xbox originals to carry them. They'll get there like when they're I would say they'll be good with like and this is like hypothetical. Let's say they grab you have to grab somebody that does content annually. So you have to be looking at an EA and an Ubisoft. You do that, if they get EA and an Ubisoft or one of the two in the next year, they should be comfortable. They should be comfortable.
Makes sense.
Well, it wouldn't. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, just because, like you said, you got to feed Game Pass. Like that's your bread. Well, I wouldn't say bread and butter, but that's what your marketing.
It is
our biggest focus.
Right.
Right. There. So, in that ecosystem.
Yeah, you got to have content. So I agree. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. They got to be in a position where they can release
consistent
multiple
content,
consistent annually. And remember, Bethesda, like for example, Todd Howard games, they don't release games every year. It doesn't release games every year. They're buying all these studios because they know at some point they're going to have enough where people are going to be offsetting each other. Well, I don't need a game for this studio because this studio got and this team got this team. This group of studios are going to release games this year. This group of studios is going to release games that year, and they're going to be. But if you only have like let's say 11 studios to work with, you're not going to meet that demand. So,
Sure. Yeah, makes sense to me.
and with that being said, man, these fries are good. I think we should get ready to log out. Any questions? Anybody in the comment section, super chats, whatever questions, let us know. Wait, before we get to that, NickBanks, what are you playing?
Well, I got my refund from that Army game I downloaded. I thought I had a good moment.
Which one?
The one I told you I bought, the one that's $9.99. The Green Beret, whatever the hell that's it.
What?
It's like a bunch of Army soldiers, third person.
I'm gonna tell you this.
But other than that,
don't buy. Do not buy. What's that game called? Hell of a. It's another military game. It's called like Hell or something.
It's like a World War II or something like that.
Yeah, don't buy it. It may look attractive.
Oh hell,
$39.99. It looks attractive. It looked like literally World War II Call of Duty, right? Don't buy it.
Wait, Hell on Loose? Is that what it's called? Hell on Loose?
Yes.
How much is it?
$39.99.
Okay. Wow. What's wrong with it? Did you play it or no?
No.
Yeah, you said this, bro.
Have you played Enlisted? Or have you played?
Yeah, but Hell on Loose looks completely different than Enlisted. Enlisted didn't look good.
Oh no,
show that shit off.
Unlisted like a military MMO type of game, man. Did you play Origami? Did you play Origami too?
Not yet. I got downloaded.
It's pretty good. I started it. They did. It's way better than the first one. I tried the first one, and it was like kind of like a cell phone game a little bit. You could tell they got a little bit more money and room to work with. It's pretty good.
Was it? Is it like? Is it like Sticks?
Nah. What you say? Sticks? What's that? What's Sticks?
Isn't Sticks the little stealth game?
Sticks is that game.
Hell no.
You know Sticks.
Nah, Sticks ain't nothing wrong with Sticks, but it ain't like Sticks. You'll like it. It's pretty good. It's cool. You know what I mean? I started that. I got to like the second area.
Okay.
But yeah. Trying to get some more achievements in Splitgate, but other than that,
I refuse to play that game.
And why? Because it's better than Halo? Shit. How did they make
I
fucking Halo clone? How many people worked? Four developers? That's what we need to talk about. Get those 4 dudes and hire them at 343 because they fucking made a better Halo than 343 can make.
I heard
I'm calling it like it is, man.
We all gonna be on that Halo.
That's cap, brother.
Yeah, you go.
That's cap. Because you haven't even played Halo Infinite yet to confirm like that Splitgate is better.
I'm not. I didn't say Halo Infinite. I'm just saying Splitgate feels like a better Halo than what I've played recently. Like it feels like a Halo game. When I play Splitgate, shit ain't Splitgate. That shit's Halo.
Splitgate got a battle pass system and it's free to play. So you really like it?
And they got an XP system in it.
It is fun though. It is fun.
Nah, it's the same XP system that Halo is adopting.
And it's getting.
That's what they talking about.
Getting the next gen patch too.
Splitgate getting the next gen patch? Damn, that shit look good as it is already.
No, that shit blurry as fuck.
I didn't notice that. I mean,
that shit blurry.
Well, see, he on a 50. What's you on a 60? 60 inch?
55.
55. See, Dre still he ain't on the monitor game yet, man.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
I'm not trading my OLED for no monitor.
Just, I mean, in my game
room. Once you go monitor, you don't go back, man.
I don't have a TV in my game room. I just have my monitor, so
I'm good. I'm about to get a 65-inch joint when I move. So
nice.
I'm good.
All right, guys, but yeah, no, we appreciate you guys coming through, rocking with us. We will definitely see you guys next week. We'll see what happens. Wait, when is TGS?
I have no
It's in
clue.
October.
Nah, nobody. Yeah, that should have been.
No, September 30th, right?
I thought it was
Tokyo Game
October.
Show.
I could be wrong.
Oh, one more thing, real quick before we head out.
Yep.
I know the what's that? The Last of Us Day or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
It's some-
Damn.
it's something.
Outbreak Day or something, right?
Yeah, Outbreak Day. Yeah, there we go. And it's some kind of rumor floating around that they're going to be doing some kind of. It's called like the Dark Side expansion or something shit like that. I don't know if y'all seen that. On
I
Twitter.
saw it where it's supposed to.
Like factions and an Abby expansion, like Abby story expansion, and some other stuff. So we shall.
But
see.
every time they do Outbreak Day, right, and there's the rumors that come out before it, those rumors never come true.
and this Outbreak Day is always nothing but selling merch.
Mm-hmm. But
All I need,
see.
I just want a native port of Last of Us. I don't really care for factions like that, like multiplayer. Like
Oh yeah, y'all getting that director's cut, definitely.
hey, if it looks
$70, baby.
If it looks like the E3 demo, I'm buying it. What we got is not
You
the E3.
getting the Death Stranding director's cut, Dre?
Nah.
Okay.
It looked good though. I ain't gonna hold you on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade my PS4 copy for I think it's only $10.
I just can't. Like I played it, you know what I mean, but I just couldn't. I couldn't do it no more.
I just want to play that game at 60 FPS, and that's like I'm paying $10 for 60 FPS.
They added a lot of stuff though, so I think this.
Yeah, I saw that they actually added like a whole bunch of content. I mean, I thought it was kind of cool.
I gotta watch some gameplay and see if it's something I could actually consider. I'm not sure. I wasn't checking for the last one. So actually, I gotta play. I'm supposed to be playing Zaire and Madden for $100. I don't know if he's still up, but we could do that. And so that's what I'll be doing right after the pod.
You playing them tonight?
It's supposed to be tonight. Yeah. Let me check my phone, make sure he's good.
Man, still playing that Madden. You like it better than the last one?
Which one? Well, I haven't played since. I haven't played 22 since. Like, I played a couple hours of the trial.
Absolutely not. On my fault. It's some guy The Last of The Last of Us. What we got from The Last of Us does not look like that E3 trailer. Stop it. No. Go back and watch the comparisons. No. Sorry.
What do you mean it didn't look like it, or
like? Just go watch the comparison. Just go watch the comparison. Man.
Oh, they got a comparison out. Oh man.
Sorry. Looks good, but not E3 demo good.
Gotcha. Right. All right, guys. But thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. We will see you guys next week. As always, Xbox is the best box. I am the best bot. Good night or good morning if you're on the other side of the globe. Out of here.
Peace.